Whether you're a fisherman or not, exploring new areas has its own special thrills. Here, in this wonderland of brilliant coral and the most transparent water I'd seen, we felt like discoverers wandering an extraterrestrial world. When Seababy called Roy and I on the radio about this spot, we couldn't wait to get there.
Paradise, there's no other name for it.
You can kiss that one goodbye. Here they come.
Here they come.
Oh, nearly. Is that a trout, that black one?
Paradise was indeed the right word for this place. This was one small shoal, but was typical of most of the Holmes Reef complex. The fish and sharks were here by the thousand, and clearly demonstrated that up till now, they'd known little of man.
Oh. Oh, oh.
Did you realise that could be my leg?
Didn't last long, did it?
You, look out. Bouncing on his back like he wild. Look at him.
The sharks in particular certainly brought out the fun fishing instincts in Laurie.
Get out, you got the bloody hook, you fool. I got it out.
Priceless.
Yeah, how about that? Out of skill. Took it right out of his mouth.
Well, that's cheating.
Here we go. Oh, here we are. I've got a bite. Kiko, Kiko. Nibble, nibble, as they say in Hawaii. Set the hook like they do in the books. And he's jumping. I'm on. I'm definitely on. And there he goes. Sugar. Here we are. Where's the deckhand? Can take this off of me. Best of luck, Frank.
Moments like these, we walk away from the back deck very quickly.
We don't really need the hook, but we need the snap. All right. Beautiful release.
During the exploring Roy and I did, up until Seababy's radio call brought us hurrying to this stunning shoal, the only decent edible fish we'd put in the boat was this dolphin fish, or dorado, which, after some bribing, Laurie volunteered to skin and fillet while we joined the Seababy mob for lunch and the chance to swap notes on our discoveries so far.
Let's see. I think it'd be easier to tell you what we didn't see. Yeah. Plenty of bait, plenty of scads, bonitas, bluefin, red bass, trevallies. We've got a jobfish.
We brewed those split-tail mullet up, but we haven't towed them yet, so I might do that this afternoon. Drop a few of those out along the edge. There's a nice current starting to roll out there along that deep edge.
The birds have been going there consistently since this morning, so there should be something happening out there.
On that score, Laurie was dead right.
Well?
Well, let me know when you see the double.
Well, what do you think? Do you think it's supposed to be here?
Hey, George, let me know when you can see the double.
Well, he sits comfortably relaxing. Look at him.
We'll beach him on the coral, Frank.
Come back how much further, Bucks? We're out of the reef.
What an embarrassment. Cut off on the coral.
I wonder what it is.
Well, hurry up. We'd like to know, too.
I might get up the front and do a bit of casting while this is on. I'll get up the front and do a bit of casting. Oh, I see. He's shallow.
Well, now you're gaining on him.
You've got to come up now. You've got to come up. You've got no water to swim in.
Yeah, somebody go down there, scare him up.
Yeah. Here we go. He's the double. Yabba-dabba-doo. Oh, it's a big yellowfin.
Here comes the old
It's got to be a
great.
yellowfin, yeah. A nice one.
How about that?
The first one.
Oh, yes. There we go.
Oh, good.
All right, Fox.
You gotta get lucky sometime.
Okay, kissing goodbye, George.
That's fabulous.
Fishing the blue water around Holmes Reef was likely to spoil us all forever. It was Jill's turn again, and again Laurie was helping.
I suppose you realise you're holding up our fishing time, Jill.
I know. I'm trying very hard to get this up.
Wind faster.
I can't.
wish you'd hurry up, Jill. We can go back fishing. Rod off the covering board. Up.
Tell the fish that.
No resting. Every time you put the cat on the covering board, I'm going to give you a poke. Right direction.
Here comes
Keep
the
coming, Jill.
double.
Little short ones. Keep coming. Put a little bit more drag on him. Hang in there, mate. Just a few little more shorties. He's coming up top now. Okay.
These yellowfin tuna turned out to be the most prolific fish we caught in the deep water here. In fact, yellowfin are the oceanic pelagic fish that have brought the Japanese commercial fleets to these waters for decades. Yellowfin are a beautiful fish to eat raw, as sashimi, and Roy and I scored on a couple too.
That's the little one, mate. The big one, no, just trolling blind.
Just try the blind edge.
Just on the edge of this current here, mate, yeah. Anyway, they're around here.
By mid-afternoon of this incredible January day, it was hot. The current had eventually slowed, the breeze had dropped away completely, and even the yellowfin had gone off the bite. It was time to see what else Holmes Reef had to show us. This odd structure is in fact the only object deliberately put here that links man with this remote and lonely place.
This is one of Northern Australia's automatic weather stations. There are 8 of these scattered about the remote reefs, islands and sand cays well offshore. They're actually part of the cyclone early warning system, although they do relay all sorts of weather information back to the bases on the mainland. This one, for instance, can tell you what the temperature is out here, what the wind speed and direction is, what the state of the sea is, and even whether or not it's raining. Prior to a big cyclone called Cyclone Althea that went through Townsville and did millions of dollars worth of damage, there was only one of these out here. Now there's a chain of 8 on the islands and reefs. They're built to totally resist the ravages of the tropical cyclones here as part of the early warning system. Of course, they'd need to do that. And they cost about $60,000 each to put here. Ooh. Smells even worse up here. Must be at least half a ton of bird droppings on this whole structure. In fact, bird droppings are one of the few things that can upset these places. About the only thing that can damage them. They clog up some of the instrumentation on it, and the messages don't get back to the mainland. About the only other thing that can affect these weather stations is pilfering. One of them on Ashmore Island they replaced 4 times. Last time the replacement cost was about $35,000 and the whole thing completely disappeared within about 3 weeks. So they gave up on Ashmore Island. This one seems to be still intact. All these padlocks are still here. It's probably sending back its Morse code messages right now back to the RAAF on the mainland, who then pass them on, still in Morse code, to the Weather Bureau.
Our first day at Holmes Reef had been quite something. Tomorrow promised to be just as good, and I planned to start with that wreck. Over several hundred years, the Great Barrier Reef and a few of these isolated detached reefs have claimed hundreds of ships. Dutch, British, Indonesian, Japanese, Spanish we think, and some whose origin we'll never know. This wreck was one of the reef's latest victims. It's only been here since the mid-1970s. Not the victim of a raging cyclone, but simply of being in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Most people who come to an isolated reef like this one, Holmes Reef, would come here on purpose, be they Taiwanese clam poachers or odd groups of sport fishermen and game fishermen, just like us. But this bloke came here by accident. This is a Japanese longliner, one of a dozen or more ships that come here every year for 3 or 4 months to fish with their 50-mile long lines for yellowfin tuna and various marlin species out in this deep water. This guy was very unlucky to hit this piece of reef. It looks like the end of it is only about a quarter of a mile down there. Something must have gone wrong with his radar or his satellite navigation gear, and he's plowed his way up here about 50 meters onto the reef. And this is where it stopped. It's had a few visitors since then, and the place has been picked over and all the instruments have been taken off by various groups of odd mariners who've come this way. Now the whole thing is just rusting away and it belongs to the birds. The whole family of gannets use this as a perch. As you can see, it's covered in the evidence of their roosting here. Sometimes they get into trouble in old wrecks like this because they fly down into the holds and they can't get back up again. A couple have done that right now. They're down in there and can't get out. If we leave them there, they'll probably die. So we might have a go at seeing if we can get a couple of them out while we're here. All this ironwork up there stays together and the rope doesn't break. G'day. You gonna spot a bother, mate, eh? Hey? Will you bite me if I pick you up? You poor old thing, you're too weak to do anything. Yeah. I'll just plop you up on the deck there. Oh. Poor old fella, he's got not much kick left in him, but the other two are pretty active. They won't be for long if they stay in here. Right. As long as some big moray eel doesn't grab me by the foot. Come on, fellas. Hey, come on. Up through the hole. It's very easy. Oh, well, Greg Chappell I'd have caught you then. Come here. Come on, this stuff won't hold my weight. Come here. Oh. It's all right. It's okay. Here we go. It's all right. Here we are. Here he is. You right? See, that was easy. I don't think you enjoyed that experience. You'll be okay now. Come on. Come on. Come on, you dumb things. It's all right. It's okay, really. One to go. Come on, little sooty. Here's the last little fella, a little sooty turn. God, it's filthy in here. Oh, poor old fella, he's nearly dead, that one. Rather amazing that they don't know what to do. For some reason, seabirds that are used to flying around in miles and miles of open space, they get down in a dark hole like that, and despite the fact there's a great big hatch on the top that they could fly out of, they just don't know how to handle it. They stay down there until they starve. Hey, hey? That's not much. Not very gracious of you, eh? Pull you out of the hole and all you can do is want to bite me. Right. Feel better now? No. These two were a bit weak. There's a little sooty turn here. And although I thought they flew off, they didn't make it over the railing. They probably, in all likelihood, sit here and just die because they can't get to